Ba-da-da-da. Peace, peace, greetings, family, greetings, greetings, greetings. It's your brother, Professor Griff, and yeah, I am 8 minutes late. But anyway, peace to whatever greeting that you may have you tuned your frequency into, whatever greeting you go by, whatever greeting you respond to, whatever greeting you give, whatever greeting you warm the day up to, whatever greeting soothes your soul. I want to greet you. All right. And hopefully it meets your level of understanding. I want to greet you with a civilized greeting. I just simply say peace. Some people say other things, but that's up to you. But anyway, I'm greeting you with some warm, very warm spirits. All right. All right. I am 8 minutes late. I realize that, and I'm gonna own that one because man, you don't even understand. So, well, why are you late then? I think I'm late because I was still rocking and reeling over the beautiful show that Natalie the Flowicist did at the City Winery, and the beautiful performance from my band, the Soul Ohm, my collective, I should say our collective, myself, Rashida Ali, Ashia Karana. I want to thank them. Thank you for putting on a beautiful show at the City Winery. If you missed it, you missed it. All right. We parted by saying if I could get down there and see you and perform on that Philly date, I would love to, but I gotta check with my crew, check to see what everyone's doing at the end of the month in Philly. We'll see what happens. All right. If they'll have us, hey, we there. In any event, shout out to Rashida. Thank you very much. It was an honor meeting your beautiful family. Likewise with Ashia. Jay Battle wasn't with us. He was tending to some mommy stuff, which is a beautiful thing. So you always got to support mom. Yeah, I would have told him, look, man, go support your mom. You don't need to be in here. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I would have told him. But shout out to Jay Battle. Anyway, Maddox, love you to life, good bro. Thanks for the invitation. Thanks for the hospitality. Really appreciate you, man. I'm gonna see you down the road sometime. Thanks, Sean Carter, for hooking it up. Thank you to the City Winery for the hospitality. Really appreciate that. To my beautiful wife, Soleil, Story, and my now little sister who works at the Waffle House, OG, Saucy. I'm shouting you out. I know you don't work at the Waffle House, but anyway, Soleil put on a dynamic show. If y'all didn't see it, y'all missed it. Seriously, I wouldn't even just tell you. I wouldn't even, yeah. Y'all missed a beautiful, dynamic show, which started out with the sound bowl and us chanting the Om, and it went into a beautiful thing. All right. Today's subject, we're going to be talking about Father's Day. Whatever Father's Day mean to you, we're going to be talking about Father's Day. We're going to be talking about the black dads on television. Black dads on television. So do me a favor right now. Everyone call, text 3 people. Let them know that we are on right now. This is On the Masses. Shout out to Kalanji Chaba Changa. All right. For allowing us on this program to do what we do. It's a beautiful thing. Shout out to Quan. I'm going to see you in a minute, Quan, hopefully. Johnny Taylor, Little Goddess. Alex Littlejohn. Thank you all very much for the research, for the conversations. All right. We need to talk about Father's Day and what it means to us. Now, I was one of them individuals. I was hardcore revolutionary. I was like, I'm not selling anything that white America is selling. All right. And I understand people are at different levels in their life, in their collective consciousness. They're at different levels. So I just said to myself, okay, and in my ripe old age of 64, going on 65, August 1st, can y'all write my born date down, August 1st? We got to do something. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. All right. I just said to myself, okay, not giving in, but having a deeper understanding that it means Father's Day means different things to different people. All right. What does it mean to you? I don't know. What it means to me, of course, I'm going to honor my father, John Edward Griffin, military man. All right. I'm going to honor all of those fathers. I'm going to honor the father of civilization, which is the black man. All right. I'm going to honor that. All right. I'm going to honor the father, the masculine energy, balancing out the feminine energy, creating this concept called ma'at, truth, balance, justice, reciprocity, and order. I'm going to honor that. I'm going to honor all of that in me. And then I'm going to cap that off and say the divinity in me salutes and celebrates the divinity in you. Even the people that I was saying, happy Baba's Day. You know what a Baba is. Our happy King's Day. Happy Father's Day. All right. It was a beautiful thing to have that conversation. I want to give a special shout out to my cousin, Tom. We call him Buster. Thanks for showing up, man. It was a pleasant surprise. It's always a pleasant surprise to see some from your family, your bloodline in the audience. Tom said, I'm going to check this out right now. Because Richie, he been playing djembe and congas and all that stuff since we was like 7, 8, 9 years old. And I have. All right. Anyway, I'm still on my Black Tape Brigade. If y'all want to join me, join me. We're not promoting none of these brands except our own. Our Serious Minds brands, our own. All right. So if y'all want to join me, you can join me. As best we can. All right. I'm covering up. I ain't giving them no play. Anyway, did y'all contact 3 people and let them know that we were on? Because I'm about to dive into this. Hopefully y'all don't mind. All right, cool. Once again, shout out to Kalanji. All right. Nope. No bill collectors this early. Well, it's kind of late, but one last shout out. And y'all got to follow me on this one. Please follow me on this one. My man Gray, Vegan House of Pancakes. Bro, you don't even know what you did, bro. You don't set something in motion. That bro gave me the whole platter, the scrambled this and the casserole that, and the vegan pancake this and the vegan sausage and the, man, you don't set something in motion, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of get an apartment next to y'all spot over there or something because the food was good. If y'all ever in the ATL, please look them up right now. The Vegan House of Pancakes. Go to my Instagram page. It is there. The Vegan House of Pancakes, man. Damn. Y'all don't even understand. Life works really, really, really strange because I swear, if I had to redo yesterday over with that Vegan House of Pancakes, it would be a problem. They would have to throw me out the joint. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Father's Day and Black dads. Let's dive into this. All right, we're going to do a check-in. Where you checking in from? This is Professor Griff, and I'm right here in the ATL. All right. If you're in the Chicago area, I will see y'all in Chicago tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. I think Wednesday, tomorrow, and Wednesday. All right, where y'all at, though? Where y'all checking in from? In honor of her dad. It makes sense. All right, Rodney Hancock. Peace. You still in the DMV area in Washington, in D.C.? I'm coming that way, too, Rodney. I'll be in the D.C. area in a minute. Yeah, they inviting the soul home. I mean, they heard it. All right. They said, okay, yo, we got to bring y'all this way. I'm like, cool. All right. Janice Davis. Yep, Rodney, you still in the okay, you still in DC. I got you, good, bro. Let's make something happen. All right. Miss ESPN in the Shy from Chicago. All right. I got you. Mona from Boston. Jay Prophet, the Cut, California. California is big. What part of California, man? Come on, talk to me, man. You in the desert? Napa Valley, where you at? Compton? Watts, what's up? You in the town? Joshua, what's good with you? Yo, the blackness is now here. And I ain't even black. All right, I got you, Joshua. Well, do your pretending black thing. I see you. You're LA, okay? All right, family, let's dive into this subject. Today, your brother, Professor Griff, went back in the day, and I actually printed out some notes because I didn't want to get this wrong at all. I'm going to try to pull it up on the screen so everyone can see it, so y'all can dive into this thing with me. All right. Well, it's on the screen. I'm not sure if anybody over here on IG. Well, let me fix that for y'all on IG. All right. I'm going to put my phone here, if that's all right with y'all, so y'all can see the screen. I'm going to turn it around so y'all can actually read the screen like that. All right. And then I'm just going to dive in and we're going to talk about this thing. We're going to open up the phone lines for you to call in and talk to me. So if y'all remember some of them 1970s, 80s, 90s, and now 2000 dads, can y'all put them in the chat in a few minutes? Not right now, but let me read this to you. It says, in the 70s and 80s, television featured prominent black fathers who, while diverse in their portrayal, often served as a strong, relatable figures. Examples include Fred Sanford from Sanford and Son, James Evans from Good Times, and George Jefferson from the Jeffersons. In the 70s, the Cliff Huxtable, the Cosby Show, and Carl Winslow from Family Matters in the 80s and in the 90s. Who can remember some of them shows and some of them TV dads? We've always had families. We all always have dads, even though if they didn't want to put the black family on TV, it was a must. All right. There was always the black dad. All right. We've always had the black dad. We've always had the representation of fatherhood and manhood, even though we knew we were a lot more than that. All right. We took whatever little they gave us and we built on it. Our stars were our stars. All right. Don Cornelius came on every Saturday. He wasn't a big star, but nonetheless, we kind of looked at that. All right, and grew to love it. All right. Who else? Black males were on TV. Sidney Poitier. Even though it wasn't what we would think would be the best portrayal of black fatherhood and manhood, all right, we accepted that. We took that. Harry Belafonte. All right. And then while all of that was going on, growing behind the scenes was all of the sports players. And then we started getting different kind of sports players in different fields. Golf with Tiger Woods and Serena's dad and Venus's dad, who groomed them. All right. Who else? Joe Jackson grooming the Jackson 5. Because if it wasn't for Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson wouldn't be the star that he is. All right. It was these dads that they claim weren't in the home, that white people, white MAGA, white supremacists tease us about. When you were the cause of the black man not being in the home. I'm talking about white America and the systemic racism. We're going to speak to that today. So we took whatever little that we could grab and hold on to in reference to black men, because you weren't allowing us to teach our children. Let me rephrase that. Our children were not allowed to learn about the greatness of who we are as black Africans inside the public school system. So what little time we had with them at home, we taught them about the greatness of black men. And now with the gender wars going on, it's become an issue yet again that we have to go back and reestablish ourselves as real men to let women know and understand that real man that you're looking for is right here. It's right inside of here. You got to cultivate it and bring it out, as did the women of old. All right? Now, I'm not talking about the bougie Uncle Tom, boule type Negroes who want to prop up racism, white supremacy, and throw in our faces black on black crime and all of these old jacked up statistics that they get from their open enemy. I'm not talking about that. I can talk about it, and we should talk about it a little bit later on, but yeah, not right now. All right. So if you saw my flyer, my thumbnail rather, those men, of course, James Avery and other people, as black men on television. Several iconic black fathers graced television screens in the 1990s, offering diverse portrayals of family life and fatherhood. Examples: Philip Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, who provided a strong authoritative presence as a judge and a patriarch. He was a judge. He wasn't a criminal, gangster, gang member, thug, thief, liar, cheat. He was none of that. He played a judge. Come on, family. Hold on. He played a judge. Above and beyond a lot of the quirky little silliness and the stuff that was going on Fresh Prince, the man was a judge, but how many people really actually knew that? All right? How many times did they push that out front? But his strong black manhood, fatherhood presence on that show, for the few times I've watched it, yeah, it did something to me right in here. Now, I didn't vote for Obama, and if he ran again, I wouldn't vote for him. It's just not my thing. But I'm saying to you, seeing him in leadership position in America, did it do something for Professor Griff? Of course it did. All right? Of course it did. Now, James Evans Sr. from Good Times, though set in the 1970s, remained a significant example of a loving, struggling father figure throughout the decade due to reruns. More contemporary examples include Bernie Mac from The Bernie Mac Show, who offered a hilarious and relatable, though unconventional take on fatherhood. Bernie Mac did it for me, because it was when I saw Bernie Mac in that fatherhood role, I was like, oh, that's a real dad. A modern, real dad. All right. A successful lawyer and judge, Phil provided a stable and a fluid environment for his family. Going back to the Prince of Bel-Air. All right. But let me, if I can, if y'all can give me a few seconds before I open up the phone lines, give you a list of dads spanning from the 1960s to present, showcasing their impact across sitcoms, dramas, and animated series. These characters have shaped black fatherhood on screen, some embodying wisdom, others humor, complexity, and resilience. I was born in the 1960s, so my mom was not letting me watch TV. And if I did, it was probably some cartoons. But Andy Tracy, Julia, in 1968 to 1971, played by Paul Winfield, occasionally mentioned, seen in flashbacks. All right. He had passed, and they went and showed flashbacks of him. In the 1970s, James Evans Sr., Good Times. George Jefferson on The Jeffersons. In 1980, Cliff Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Hold on. Lester Jenkins played Hal Williams in 227, the dependable husband and father in a Washington, D.C. apartment building. All right? We're talking about black fatherhood. We're talking about black manhood. All right? Luscious Lion on Empire, played by Terrence Howard. Randall Pearson, This Is Us, played by Sterling K. Brown. Shout out to all of these black men playing these father roles. All right? Ern Marks, Atlanta, played by Donald Glover. Childish Gambino, struggling young father and music manager trying to find a purpose. In 2020's, Calvin Butler, The Neighbor, played by Cedric the Entertainer. Shout out to Cedric the Entertainer, one of the funniest comedians, in my opinion. One of the funniest comedians. I can mention a few more that I swear I'd be laughing right now if I did, man. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Marvin Thomas, Raising Canaan, played by London Brown, a streetwise father figure with complicated loyalties. Coach Ike, Swagger, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Okay, not always a biological father, but a powerful surrogate father figure. Even when we played surrogate father figures, we were still doing it. All right. Tom Du Bois from the Boondocks. Cedric Yarborough, overcautious but well-meaning suburban dad. Even in cartoons, we were showing up and showing out. All right. Those are just a few of the black fathers that we've seen on TV. All right. Someone put Terry Crews. What? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember Terry Crews. Right. Shout out to Terry Crews. Shout out to Terry Crews. What father did he play? Terry Crews. I ain't forget about you, Terry. So what we're going to do right now is salute, all right, all of the fathers, whether you're a biological father or stepfather, all right, or whether you're a grandfather. I'm all three. I'm somebody's stepdad. I'm somebody's stepfather. All right, I'm somebody's father, and I'm somebody's grandfather. Oh, everybody loves Chris. I got you. Terry Crews. Oh, Terry Crews. Everybody loves. Okay, cool. If I missed any, put it in the chat. So if you remember those fathers, those brothers, those black men playing those father figures, all right, let's give them a round of applause. Shout out to all of them. All right. So now, with that said, I don't truly understand what's going on with the gender wars. If these modern not traditional, but modern women today cannot look at that, and if these modern men today can't look at the black women that played mothers, shame on us, man. Shame on all of us. Hold on. One second, fam. Every time it starts to get deep, Instagram go out. Yeah. All right, I'm black. All right. You said Charlie Murphy. What did Charlie Murphy play? I grew up with Charlie Murphy and Eddie Murphy. What did he play? Anyway, so now, with these people controlling every avenue of light that can come into your mind, someone wanted to protest Professor Griff coming to the college campus, and then one of their brightest and smartest and most intelligent professors on the campus wanted to join the chorus to condemn Professor Griff. And this dude, not even knowing who I am, don't even know what I look like, because I went to the damn campus and walked right past him. He didn't even know who I was. He had the nerve to condemn me using Wikipedia. You call it Wikipedia, I call it Wikipedia. And you know them jaywalkers control Wikipedia. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. We're not even playing like that today. And I'm going to set a rule in motion starting today. If you don't allow me to speak and you are present, if they don't allow me to speak and you're present, then you speak for me. How's that? If they don't allow me to speak and you are present there while someone is speaking up and against Professor Griff, then why can't you speak for me? Well, I don't agree with everything you had to say. Well, the shit that you do agree with, speak up for that. Yeah, I'll rest that case. Anyway, I'm going to put the invitation in the chat. Yep, I said I wasn't going to curse today. That's the damn English language that they taught us. Like I keep telling y'all, it's my third language. Sherman Hemsley as a deacon, Fry on Amen. Rock's father, Mark Carey, hanging out with Mr. Cooper. Robert Townsend in Parenthood. Shout out to those brothers. Shout out to those brothers playing father roles on TV. Shout out to them brothers. Sherman Hemsley, Mark Carey, Robert Townsend. We need to give these men their flowers while they're here. All right. I know one or two of them passed that I mentioned in this broadcast, but hey, yes, Damon Wayans. Shout out to Damon Wayans. All right. Now, here is the question. Here is where we might see the difference in what I'm talking about. This is where we get divided. This is where, matter of fact, you know something? I'm not even going to speak that into existence. We're not going to be divided. I'm going to just say what I have to say and let's dialogue. Can we do that? Okay. What happened to the black father? What happened to the black man? What happened to the father in the home? What happened to black men building things? What happened to black respectable men in the music industry? All right. What happened to black respectable men in the film industry? Who was the first black man to make a motion picture film? Where are these respected black men? Where are the black engineers, scientists, and doctors that were there at Black Wall Street? What happened to the black man? How did they get us out of the home? What happened to the black man? What happened to the black father? What happened to the black man? What happened to the black father? What happened to the strong black father figure on TV and in movies? What happened to us understanding that we need to play strong black men in our videos, in our shorts, not your physical shorts, a short film, in our long form films? What happened? Part of the thing happened that Master P, Master Lee said, Tyler Perry put the focus on women, not men. Okay? I'm just reading some of the comments, fam. The Democrats got a hold of them. That's so Democrats. And the difference between a Democrat and Republican would be what? Okay. Let me put some music behind us. Sounding kind of stale in here. Here we go. What happened to the black man? What happened to the black father? Come on, fam. Work with me. That's what the system wants, Professor Griff. The elites want to break the indigenous down. All the while, some chose to be subservient. Okay. What happened to the black father? What happened to the black man in the home? Let me read something to you. How the black father was destroyed. How the black father was destroyed. If you want any of this information, any of this research that I've read today, please, please, please text me. I will send you the link. Go to the website. Not the website, but just go to the hold on. Send me an email and I'll send you a way to send a donation and get not only this information, but the other information that I have pertaining to this particular subject. All right. All right. The destruction of the black father figure in the black family structure was not accidental. It was systematic, strategic, and rooted in centuries of white supremacist control. Beginning with slavery, black men were stripped of their roles as protectors and providers. Enslaved fathers were often sold away from their families, forcibly separated to disrupt the family bonds. And then they weakened any sense of patriarchal leadership or legacy. They didn't even want you to remember that once upon a time there was kings, there was rulers that ruled justly. All right. After emancipation, policies and social structures such as black codes, Jim Crow laws, and convict leasing continued to criminalize and economically disempower black men. This is the system I'm talking about now. During the civil rights movement and beyond, the government introduced welfare programs that, while offering needed assistance, penalized households with the present black fathers, essentially rewarding absenteeism and embedding the economic dependency on the government by black women. And some black women still to this day carry the psychological scars of that particular experiment that they did on us in the projects and creating ghettos and in the hood, creating the ghetto, black woman ghetto mentality that they still carry on a subconscious level today. Simultaneously, media portrayal demonized the image of the black man as violent, irresponsible, or hypersexual, turning public perception against him and reinforcing negative stereotypes. Mass incarcerations, particularly from the 1970s onward, became the most powerful tool of destruction, removing black men from the homes and communities in staggering numbers due to this discriminatory policing and practices and sentencing. These stereotypes of elites crushed the black man in this image of strength and masculinity in the home. They did it for control. Thanks you, Gerald. Okay. They got rid of Black Wall Street, all the inventors, scientists, and even want to unalive some people as well to take the brother and reinventing the vehicle. Yeah, they took inventions, they took everything. All right. Last but not least, altogether, these forces created a social and economic climate where the presence of the black father was undetermined, misrepresented, and dismantled, leaving a legacy that still echoes in the many communities today. Yet, despite of these efforts, the black man, the black fathers continue to resist the narrative, reclaiming their roles and rebuilding what was intentionally broken. In spite of all of this, black men still stepped up to the plate. Black women, you should be applauding us right now. In spite of all of this, my dad had 13 children and took care of us. In spite of all of this, it was a black man, my uncle, Uncle Josh, and my other uncles that stepped up to the plate when my dad passed away. It was black men. It was my Uncle Jimmy, who lived right down the street, who kept me in baseball, kept me in basketball, kept me in football. And he said, since I got a mean streak, I need to start studying karate. And that's what I did. Karate and Kung Fu. Winning tournaments, grand champion tournaments, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, Professor Griff put in work, for real. And then I went on to help cultivate other black men, Unity Force, S1Ws. You understand what I'm saying? And even now with Warriors in the Garden. I'm not tooting my own horn, but in spite of all that I read to you just now, black men stepped up to the plate and did the damn thing. Come on now. I put the link to chat inside of the chat box. If anyone is on IG right here and you want to conversate and you want to come on, it's best that you come over here on YouTube, Facebook, or a couple of Facebook pages and a couple of YouTube pages. But if you want to come on IG, it's kind of buffering. I don't know what that's about. Kind of buffering over here. So once again, shout out to the Soul Ohm Collective. Thank y'all for doing a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job, sisters. Rashida Ali and Ashia Karana. Thank y'all very much. Shout out to my sister, the Flowicist, Natalie, the Flowicist from the group Flowetry. Shout out to Maddox. Shout out to Chuka, his beautiful fiance. Shout out to the whole crew. Thank you to the City Winery for your hospitality. Really appreciate it. All right. We're talking about Father's Day. All right. We're talking about black TV dads that stepped up to the plate to let us know what real black men, what fatherhood looks like. All right. It may not have been the best representation, but nonetheless, those actors that I've mentioned a few minutes ago stepped up to the plate. All right. All right. So even to this day, black men are still, in spite of everything that we have to go through, we're still stepping up to the plate. I know what you're saying. I know you're saying, well, Griff, you in the music industry and all of the black men in the industry that's being accused of this and accused of that, Smokey Robinson, Puffy, and all these other people, and you can call the roll. I understand that. I understand that. We're victims of racism, white supremacy. I'm not using that as an excuse, and that's not my fallback. All right? That's not my seatbelt. I'm just saying to you, that's not my go-to. That's not my safe space. All right? When I don't want to get beat on by the world. Blame racism, white supremacy. Because if you're not actively fighting it, then I can see you using that, using the race card. But I don't do that because I actively fight it. Whether I'm actively fighting it on here, what I put in my books, what I put in my music, Some of my music. All right. I'm trying to balance that out with some smoother, softer, more vibratory, high vibrational music with the soul ohm. Soul ohm is set up and there to balance this other stuff out. I don't need to say and do that on the soul ohm stage or in the soul ohm music. Soul ohm is there to balance this stuff out. And we have to, because if we don't give people an out, a balance, then what are we doing? We just on here rah, 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 mad at every goddamn body and everything? No. No. You walking around mad at everybody and everything, and then you're going to use racism, white supremacy as the scapegoat. No. All right, we can go back beyond racism, white supremacy, bring it up to date, understand what it is and how they're using it today, and then go from there. All right? Racism, white supremacy in that conversation is not my crutch. But some of us speak and talk as though none of the things that I mentioned ever happened. You act like Jim Crow never happened. You act like redlining never happened. You act like creating welfare moms and this kind of thing never happened. So no. I mean, I believe there was one sister saying something stupid online, like just crazy. This ongoing hatred and animosity that we got against white people and blah, 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 blah. When have you actually really seen black people outright hating white people like these other people hate us? So we hate so much we still turn around and marry them? We hate Latinos and Mexicans and other people so much we turn around and we still support them? We still end up on the front lines? We hate Asian people so much so that we should stop that? No. That's the narrative and the picture that you want to paint. That's not the reality. Pace, man, what's good with you?
What's going on, Professor Griff?
How you feel?
Good, and yourself?
I'm all right. I'm a reflection of you. What's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to come and say I appreciate you for your broadcast today and bringing up the frequency behind the image that we was given as black dads and what that did to our psyches growing up, especially for myself, with a father that was incarcerated for most of my life. Didn't really grow up with a father figure, so I had John Amos. Being 31, I had the opportunity to go back and see why these shows had such of an impact on our culture, and I still watch Good Times to this day, and it's one of the most fulfilling feelings I can get out of that kind of experience.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, he passed. I was told, and I found out, but he still lives on through his work, and I get to enjoy that stern, hard-working dad expression of a black man through Brother John Amos.
Oh, that's just beautiful.
I just wanted to make sure I add that to his legacy and the appreciation for him and all of the others. Also, I remember too here recently that Damon Wayans did a show with his son, and it didn't go for a second season, but it was called Dad's House. It just came on here, and it didn't go up for a second season, but I really wished it did because we definitely need more of that representation as far as fatherhood goes.
Right, exactly.
And
that's beautiful, man.
And on another note too is like a lot of things is turning over to this YouTube being more of a commodity and people watching that more, and we're really blessed to have you in what you do and bringing your platform where people can come and talk to you and stuff like that, and get a good understanding of, like you said, from kung fu to karate to this and that.
Okay.
To tooting your own horn, it's like, we greatly appreciate your presence too. So give thanks, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, give thanks. I really appreciate that, man. I tried to demonstrate that inside of Public Enemy and outside. Whether it was the writing of the songs, helping to produce the songs, crafting what we did on stage. And I made sure we showed up as real men We used to carry Uzis on stage. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? We were doing kung fu and karate on stage. We was
Right.
demonstrating.
Y'all was Wu-Tang before Wu-Tang.
Now I don't know about all that now.
Nah, I'm just
nah,
saying.
nah. I'm not gonna. I love Wu Tang,
I
but
say that.
nah,
I say that. That was me. That was me.
nah,
That was me. That was Master Lee.
nah. Yes, that's your generation. See, that's how old are you?
I'm 31.
Yeah, see, that's your generation speaking.
Yeah,
I'm 64.
Yeah.
Wu Tang was nothing like Public Enemy. Public Enemy is nothing like Wu Tang.
Understood.
We totally the opposite, yeah. But them brothers had a style, and the way they came across was super duper dynamic.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, but they weren't the military soldiers. You understand what I'm saying? In that kind of way. I'm not downing them, but I'm just saying they weren't like Public Enemy.
Understood. No. Indeed. You got that right. They kind of, they kind of had a like a flavor though. Like they came like war ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's
they came war ready without the uniforms.
Yeah.
Because
So
their skin was the uniform.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I want to actually also take this time to give thanks to the people in hip hop that are fathers as well, and that have been putting on the good fight and being the representation that we need in this world. Because I had made a point that for some reason that I feel as though there's some kind of agenda where they took the black dads off of TV and now they're promoting these artists as these dad figures when in reality they just promoting all of the black kids, all the black males to be womanizers. So I feel like I'm in a culture or a generation, not necessarily a culture, but a generation of men that glorify womanizing and they don't glorify being a man.
Right.
I want to give thanks to all of those that came before that gave the blueprint on being a man in my generation and in my time.
Right. Oh, give thanks. I really appreciate you, man. All right, I got to get ready to get off of here. My time is up. Thank you, Master Lee. I really appreciate you.
I have a question. When you gonna be doing the Last Dragon viewing?
Oh, that's the Soul Cinema Sundays. I'm gonna get the flyer from the sister. When I come on Wednesday, I'll let you know.
That's a bet. Y'all have a good one.
All right, peace. You as well. Peace. All right, Soul Cinema Sundays is presenting The Last Dragon. All right. I'm not sure which Sunday. I think I can hit her up. Hold on. I'm not sure if she'll answer the phone. Janine, Soul Cinema Sundays. Hold on. She gonna kill me for putting it on the air like this, but hey.
Greetings.
Greetings, Janine. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
All right, I'm doing my show right now, and I'm live just to let you know. So don't say nothing crazy like you hit the lottery and you ain't sharing the money with nobody. Soul Cinema Sundays, The Last Dragon. When is it?
It is July 20th, 4 p.m.
July
at the Plaza Theater.
At the Plaza Theater, July 20th at 4 p.m.
Yes.
So you contacted Soleil to come do her thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Somebody said Professor Griff is a black belt. Is that true?
From my understanding, I thought that was true.
How you gonna invite my wife and don't invite me? You understand what I'm saying? So you think you wait, hold on, wait. You think she the only she the only black belt in the house? My daughter's a My daughter, you trying to do me a favor. My daughter's a black belt. You ain't invite me and my daughter to come do some karate, kung fu, to watch the film, eat popcorn.
Well, I would love for the whole family to come. I'm definitely open to that.
My stepdaughter still my stepdaughter still does Wing Chun. But anyway, with Master Lau. I'm not sure you know Master Lau. No. Oh yeah, you gotta check him out, man. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, Soleil said she's gonna come through, but Soleil told me one night late, rolled over. She said, wait a minute, how's she gonna invite me to come speak when you You've been in kung fu and karate way longer than me. You used to train and teach women. I said, I know. I said, I'll talk to her.
I would love for you both to come. That was, I mean, I couldn't. I'm not even gonna throw my man under the bus. Who? I'm not gonna do that.
Thank you.
Yes, that was on me. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting your brother, Professor Griff, along with Soleil to come talk about kung fu and karate and all that kind of stuff. Now, Soleil is nice with hers, but come on.
Okay.
It's Professor Griff. Come on.
I love it.
All right, cool. I'm about to get off the air, man. So Kalanji don't kill me. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
All right. Peace.
Can't invite me and my daughter to come get down. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, she's gonna invite Soleil. Black people, see how they act. Anyway, I gotta get ready to get out of here. I love y'all to life. This is Professor Griff. All right, once again, shout out to Kalanji. Shout out to the Soul Om. Shout out to Natalie Maddox. All right, Chuka, his beautiful fiance. All right, the Flowist is doing her thing. Make sure y'all check out. I think she's in Nashville. And then she's on her way to New York, Philly, Pittsburgh, some other places. Go check out citywinery.com and check her schedule. All right, it's Professor Grip. I got to get ready, get out of here. All right, peace. Whoa, hold up. Did I forget? I think I did forget, fam. Hold on. I did forget. What did you forget? This. Greetings, family. This is Professor Griff, and this is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting the cells and increasing the neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. You can order the Serious Minds Brain Tonic right here on www.debbietrywellness.com and or text me 678-557-2919. Peace. Make sure you'll get the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. It is on sale right now. Go to www.devi.tribewellness.com. DeviTribeWellness.com. Check this out. Got to get the resurrection formula. You can go to Debbie Tribe Wellness and get the resurrection formula also. All right. I'm going to make a couple of new commercials, put them out there. So we can, a lot of times, commercial hits you at different times of the day, different energy centers, chakras and that kind of thing. So, all right, cool. All right. On deck is a couple of new singles coming out. Soul Om Collective. All right. The album will be out soon. All right. The Soul of Om. All right. All right. Or should it be the Om of Soul? Hold on. Let me take a test. Hold on. Rashid, if you out there, chime in. Should the album be called the Om of Soul or Soul of Om? Ooh. The Soul of Om kind of hits. Om of Soul. Damn. Nah, the Soul of Om. All right, this is Professor Griff. I'm out here. Peace.